DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Hope you're all well. It is Monday, and as very often on Monday, I do a few tags. So today's going to be no exception. And yeah, well, like I said, I hope you're all well. It's pretty gray. You can see that in the background, but it's not very cold. So anyway, it's a good day to be outside. So I've got, as usual, two tags. I'll be starting with the Jasmine one, then I'll be doing Dave Nicholson's one after. So hi, Jasmine. Hope that you're well. And as usual, Jasmine's tag is 5 questions. So let's see how we can answer them. Okay, question 1. Do you care what other people tell you? Now that is different to what other people say about you, isn't it? So in that respect, I think it is actually important what other people tell you. I try not to ignore what people say. Sometimes it can be important. Sometimes it's just to pass the time. But usually, especially if it's the equivalent of gossip, which is probably, this probably means a couple things like that. It could be about gossip. It could be about slander as well. But harmless chatting and gossip is not going to really hurt you that much. But if it gets into the mean stuff, yeah, and then you got to realize that if somebody is telling you things like that, they're probably telling other people things about you. It's not impossible now, is it? So I think one should care in the sense of acting about it. There's very famous verses in the Bible, which I won't quote, but basically go about talking about taming the tongue. And it's being translated in different ways to, what is it, turn around your tongue before talking or something like that. I can't remember it anymore, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I guess that has all something to do about it. And if you care about what people are telling you, maybe you should care about what you're listening, and maybe tell them if it's productive. Okay, that's long enough for question 1. Question 2. Oh, completely out of register. What is the best cheese you like eating? I have 2, which are on equal footing. One is, it's probably the same as Jasmine, a strong cheddar. I love a strong cheddar. And the other one is a very old age Gruyere cheese, but the real stuff, not what you can buy made in other countries or what. I mean, there is a very, very big difference with the real Gruyere that is made in Switzerland. And I'm talking about like 18 months or something like that. I've tried imitations in other countries. It actually was part of my position at one time, and there is nothing like it. What I mean by that is you might not like it. Some people don't, but it's the same as, you can make cheddar in other countries, and if you've had a good English or Irish cheddar, we'll probably have to debate on that one. But if you have a good cheddar from the UK and Ireland, we'll leave it diplomatically at that. That is pretty hard to beat. It definitely is. Okay, question 3. What is the weirdest message you've received? Now, that's a difficult one. I've received some really weird ones in the YouTube day and age. And in the meantime, they've actually been deleted. But some were... when we were making with Tweetness Irene, when we were making the superheroine series at the time, I would get some messages sometimes from some type of fetishist on how we should do the series. I guess that's not really surprising because there's a whole fringe, actually, of fetishists out there. But the person at the time um, didn't actually realize. Uh, didn't I guess the person didn't actually realize that when we were using what we were calling Tweety Night, and what we were, which was a kind of a fake kryptonite, and we had a hypnotism, a mesmerizing scene, that the person didn't realize that this was a joke or something. Well, I mean, he probably did. I say he. I don't actually know if it's a he. The person didn't realize that, and was asking me why didn't I capitalize. Anyway, you can kind of guess. So yeah, that was a pretty weird message. Sometimes people they don't see what is real, or they don't want to see what is real and they're into their fantasy world. That's one. I mean, I've had other weird messages as well on other things, but very often they're from, let's say, particular people. We'll just put it that way. Question 4. First thing you do after getting home from a trip. That's an easy one. I give Mrs. DC a kiss. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's the first thing I do. Yeah. Question 5. Do you like musical films? If so, what are they? Well, yes and no. I would say that I like a lot of the old classic films. So well, for example, Oklahoma, Singing in the Rain, Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz is, in a way, it's partly a musical. I don't think it probably is classified as that, but there's dancing, there's singing. Is that what makes it a musical? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I mean, I'll put it in there. So yeah, the classical ones. I have been a few times to the theater, where there's been musicals, and I never quite enjoy it as much as a film. I guess it's just because of the sets and the budgets and so on. Yeah, so okay, that's it. That is 5 questions. Thank you very much, Jasmine. They were very varied this time, but I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, I'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody, and hope that you have a good week. Bye-bye.